from Bob Dylan. And I wonder now, when you're in Stockholm, if you could explain a bit more about yourself and your kind of songs. What do you think of the kind of protest song tag?
I don't, God. No. No, I'm not going to sit here and do that. I've been up all night. I've taken some pills, and I've eaten bad food, and I've read the wrong things, and I've been out for 100-mile-an-hour car rides, and I'm just not going to sit here and talk about myself as a protest singer or anything like that.
So, but the first things you did, I mean, which got really famous and singles and things like that. For example, in England, they released the Times They Are Changing. That was supposed to be a protest song, no?
Oh, my God. How long ago was that?
A year ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. It's a year ago. I'm not trying to be a bad fella or anything, but I just, I'd just be a liar and a fool to go along with all this business. I mean, I just can't help it if you're a year behind,
No, but that's the style you...
I expect me to be a year behind.
That's the style you had then, and then suddenly you changed to subterranean homesick blues with the electric guitar or something.
Yeah,
Is there any special reason, I mean, the way you would tell about it yourself?
No.
No?
No.
What would you call yourself, a poet? Or a singer? Or do you think that you write poems and then you put music to it?
No, I don't know. It's so silly. I mean, you can't... Well, you wouldn't ask these questions of a carpenter, would you? Or a plumber?
It would not be interesting the same way, would it?
I guess it would be. I mean, if it's interesting to me, it should be just as interesting to you.
Well, not as being a disc jockey, anyhow.
Oh, what do you think, what do you think Mozart would say to you if you ever come up to him and ask him questions you would ask, What kind of questions would you ask him? Tell me, Mr. Mozart.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't do it.
Well, how can you do it to me?
Well, because I'm interested in your records, and I think the Swedish audience is as well.
Well, I'm interested in the Swedish audiences, too, and Swedish people and all that kind of stuff, but I'm sure they don't want to know all these dumb things,
No, well, they've read a lot of dumb things about you in the papers, then, I suppose, and I thought you could straighten them out yourself.
I can't straighten them out. I don't think they have to be straightened out. I know that. I believe that they know. They know. Don't you know the Swedish people? I mean, they don't have to be told. They don't have to be explained to. I mean, you should know that. I mean, Swedish people just don't have to be explained. They don't, you can't tell Swedish people something which they, which is, self-explanatory. Swedish people are smarter than that.
You think so?
Oh, of course.
You know many Swedes?
I know plenty.
Yeah?
I happen to be Swede myself.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Happen to come from not too far away from here, my friend.
Should we try to listen to a song instead?
You can try.
Yeah? Which one would you suggest them?
Oh, yeah, you pick one out. Any one you say. You realize I'm not trying to be a bad fellow. I'm just trying to make it a little, have nice, get everything to be straight. You realize that?
Yeah, and that's why I asked you, and you had a chance to do it yourself.
No, I don't want the chance to do it myself.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything about myself. For what?
Or against what?
Well, you know what it's against and what it's for. I'm not going to tell you that. It's for, well, my songs are all mathematical songs. Now, you know what that means, so I'm not going to have to go into that. So this specific one here happens to be a protest song, and it borders on the mathematical, idea of things. And this specific one happens to be, the Rainy Day Women happens to deal with a minority of cripples and Orientals, and in the world in which they live, you realize, you understand, it's a sort of a North Mexican kind of a thing, very protesty, very, very protesty, and one of the protestiest of all things I've ever protested against in my protest years. But
you really believe it?
Do I believe it?
Yeah.
I don't have to believe it. I know it. I wrote it. I mean, I'm telling you, I wrote it. I should know.
Yeah. And why that title? It's never mentioned in the song.
Well, we never mention things that we love. mean, where I come from, that's blasphemy. Blasphemy. You know that word,
Yeah.
blasphemy. It has to do with God.
Shall we have a listen to the song?
Okay.
Which is selling quite well in the States, and how do you feel about that?
It's horrible.
It is?
Yeah, I don't want... because it is a protest song. Protest songs really shouldn't really... people shouldn't really listen to protest songs.
Well, see it in the way that a lot of people buy the record and listen to it in the radio stations and so on. So a lot of people could get the message in that case.
Yeah, they do get the message. I'm glad they're getting the message. Okay. That was a good record too, huh?
How do you feel about earning a lot of money then if you're not really concerned about it all?
I like earning a lot of money.
From the start you didn't have much, but now you got a lot. What do you do with it?
Nothing.
Not concerned?
No, I don't really. Somebody else handles it for me, you know. I just do, you know, the same old thing.
When you write a song, do you write the melody or the words first?
I write it all, you know. I write it all, melody and words.
At the same time?
Yeah. The melody is sort of unimportant, really. That comes natural, you know.
At the very start, other artists used your songs and recorded them and got hits and things like that. How did you feel about that?
Well, I didn't feel anything, really. I felt happy, you know.
Do you like to suddenly get famous then? First as a songwriter and then also as a singer?
Yeah. It's sort of all over, though, you know. I don't have any interest anymore. I did have interest when I was 13, 14, 15, you know, to be a famous star and all that kind of stuff. But I've been playing, you know, on the stage and following, you know, tent shows around, you know, since I've been 10 years old. For 15 years I've been doing what I've been doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing better than anybody else does.
And nowadays, what is it you want to do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Do you enjoy traveling or performing?
Yeah, I like performing. I don't care to travel, though.
And what about recordings?
I like to record.
You've got a group now, which I suppose you didn't have at the very start.
Yes, I had a group at the very start. You must
Not
realize
the
I come from the United States, you know, and I don't know if you know what the United States is like. It's not like England at all. You know,
Oh, yes, we know.
well, over the people, all at my age now, you know, 25, 26 in this age, everybody has grown up, you know, playing rock and roll music, you know.
And you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's the only kind of music you heard. I mean, everybody has done it, you know. I mean, because all you heard was rock and roll and country and western and rhythm and blues music.
Yeah.
Now, at a certain time, it's just the whole field got taken over into Milk, you know, and to Frankie Avalon, Fabian, and you know, this kind of thing. Now that's not bad or anything, but it was just there was nobody really up on, you know, that you could look at and to really want anything that they had and want to be like them, you know. So everybody got out of it. And I remember, you know, when everybody got out of it, but nobody really lost that whole thing. And then folk music came in and was some kind of a substitute for a while, but it was only a substitute, you know, don't you understand? Yeah, that's all it was. Now it's different again because of the English thing. The English thing, and what the English thing did was they just proved that you could make money, you know, at playing, you know, the same old kind of music that you used to play.
Yeah, early on.
And that's the truth. You know, that's not a lie, and it's not a come on or nothing. But you know, the English people can't play rock and roll music.
What do you think about the Beatles song?
Oh, the Beatles are, but the Beatles are great, but they
Well, you
don't
met
play
them quite a few
rock and
times.
roll, huh?
You met them quite a few times as well. In the States and in England.
Yeah, I know the Beatles.
Yeah. You don't think they play rock and roll any
No, they're not rock and roll. They're more like that. Rock and
Well,
roll
like
is just for rock and roll is just for beats. Rock and roll is an extension of 12-bar blues, and it's rock and roll is white 17-year-old kid music, and it's kid music. That's all it is. That's what rock and roll is. Rock and roll is a fake kind of attempt at sex. You know.
But what would you call your style and the music you sing?
Well, I don't know. I've never heard anybody that plays or sings like me, so I don't know.
And there's no name for it that you would try to put on it yourself.
Mathematical music.
Yeah. Okay, if you would like to choose the last and final song for this interview.
You choose it.
There's no one particular that you would like more than another one?
Well, I'd rather have you play, Tombstone Blues than Pretty Peggy-O. But other than that, I'll let you make your own choice.
Okay. Thanks a lot, then.